is going on here?
You remember back when you were a kid and your parents, they meant well, but in the end you wondered why in the hell did they get you this present? Today we're going to take a look at a game that exactly falls into that category for me. We're going to check out Ultraman Towards the Future, released in 1991 by Bandai for the Super Nintendo. The series Ultraman from the 1960s is a Japanese live-action show similar to Godzilla and does have ties into Godzilla. While the Ultraman series did have the same similarities as the Godzilla movies and cheesiness and so bad it's good, Ultraman was a really boring show and actually it's pretty bad. Going back to check out Ultraman is pretty brutal. I can't even make it through like 2 episodes. But the point is, I didn't even see an episode till I was in my mid-20s. I picked up an Ultraman DVD at Target for like $5 back in the day. Which is why I was puzzled as a kid when I saw this game. I had no clue this was a show, I just assumed it was a game. So when my parents got me the Super Nintendo around the launch date at the time, Ultraman was one of the 2 games I got along with it. When I first put in Ultraman, I was so used to 8-bit graphics that these graphics blew my mind. I even put this game in before Super Mario World, which goes down to show that Ultraman was the first game I ever put in my old Super Nintendo. Immediately, I was taken aback by the intro and the music, which to this day admittedly is quite good and looks pretty well. Now, for those of you guys that do know the Ultraman series, you don't need a refresher. This is a Monster of the Week type show, but the monsters featured in the game hold very true to the series. The sprites actually look exactly like them, and what's cool about it is that it keeps the cheesy factor and it makes you feel like you're looking at a cheesy Ultraman TV set while you're playing it. I'm going to make one thing perfectly clear. I like this game. Yes, I said that. It's not nostalgia. I actually like this game. I think the controls get a bad rep. I don't think it's as hard as people make it out to be. I've beaten the game time and time again. It's all about timing and strategy, not just going in full force like in most 2D fighters. Admittedly, there are a lot of faults though. The graphics, while at the time, like I said when I was a kid, were awesome, they're pretty crap now. Like when I said at the time that they were awesome, now looking back, they're pretty crap compared to good 2D fighting games on the SNES. The diverse roster of monsters include Gudis, Debola, Bogun, Durangus, Gudis 2, Zabokan, Mahaba, Kodalor, and Kilazi. Yes, these names are weird. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing them right. As you can see, Ultraman is incredibly slow, and that's what turns a lot of people off about the game. I have patience for this game because I grew up on it, so maybe I have an unfair advantage. That being said, Ultraman doesn't exactly have a smorgasbord of a moveset. He has a punch, a kick, and a grapple. The kicker going into this is you realize that your opponent just does not die. Now, if you know what to expect, you'll realize that you have to continually attack your enemy to build up your special meter bar. Once the time is right, you press the R button and unleash your special attack. If you build it up to about 4 or 5, you will take your opponent out with one hit. And that's pretty much it. Rinse and repeat. New monster, new backdrops. Sometimes they get incredibly lazy with the backdrops and just change the color palettes. It gets a bad rap in my opinion, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of flack for this one, but I like this game. Check it out. If you've had sour experience on it, maybe go back and see if you can do it. But if you never played it, give it a shot. You really got nothing to lose. So there it is, one of my main guilty pleasure games that's out in the open now. I feel a little bit better actually, a weight's been lifted off my chest.
Hey, what is going on here?